Hi guys, Harry Homestead here again. Sunday morning. It's going to be a really hot day today, about 29 degrees Celsius, which is about 90 Fahrenheit, and sunny this afternoon. So I've tried to get up here to Almár, get some work done before it gets too hot. I only plan on being here till about lunchtime, and then I think I'll have had enough. But this is what I'm tackling today. This is one of the areas at the back of the cabin that we're going to have opened up and levelled out, and a lot of the soil and rocks that come out of there are going to go. You can't see how steep it is very well, but down here in front of me it's a very short distance but very steep. And a lot of the soil and rocks are going to get dumped down here to take it out. And also, hopefully during the week, my good friend Attila is going to come up and help me replace some of this fencing and the fence posts. We're going to work our way along over the next few weeks, couple of months. But before he arrives, I've got to clear this area further along. I did start clearing it a few weeks ago, and obviously spring comes and then summer comes and everything starts growing, and yeah, I've got to shift a lot of this undergrowth. So what have I got? Petrol strimmer, loppers. That's quite a handy tool. It's an extending chainsaw, a battery powered one for longer, higher branches and what have you. And then I've got my trusty petrol chainsaw as well. So let's crack on. Now, the reason I haven't used the petrol chainsaw yet, only the battery operated one, is because I don't know if you can see here how steep that banking is, and it's quite precarious trying to stand on it. What I don't want is a petrol chainsaw whizzing about at head height on that slope. So the extending battery operated one puts me a little bit further away from the chain, and also as soon as I let go of the trigger it stops instantly. So if I were to have any problems, hopefully it wouldn't do too much damage. But now what I need to do is put some thicker gloves on and start clearing some of this stuff, get it bagged up, moved out of the way so I can see what I'm doing, and then work my way along here. One of the other problems I've got is a lot of the bushes and trees have grown through the fencing, which makes them very, very difficult to cut, and just makes the whole job that much harder. A lot of these old fence posts have just completely fallen over as well. They're quite a low angle, so I'm not looking forward to replacing them next week with Attila. He seems quite confident that we can get it sorted. I've ordered a petrol post hole drill, an auger, and hopefully that'll arrive in the next couple of days. I had to cut a little bit of a path in here, make a flat area, because I just couldn't walk on the steep banking. It was almost impossible. I was slipping and sliding all over the place. That made it so much easier. I'll probably run that little path further along as well. Right, it's lunchtime now, so I'm going to call it a day. I'll be back tomorrow, all being well. Get an early start. I should be here all day tomorrow. I've cleared quite a bit today. It's really hard work. I've got a lot more to do tomorrow, but it should all be on the other side tomorrow. Make room on the forest side, so we've got access to each side and make the job a lot easier when a tiller comes later in the week. I'm back up here this morning, ready to start again. You can see a little bit better from this side how much I cleared yesterday. Now I've got to cut that hawthorn up so I can move it with a chainsaw, and then I'll be on the other side of the fence clearing everything I cut down yesterday and a little bit more as well. had two big round concrete tubs round the back of the house. One of them was broken. It's now broken even more. I've moved that round to the front because that'll be hardcore for the base of the extended terrace. I started knocking the second concrete barrel to pieces because that's going to go down here, the bottom of this steep slope, when the guy with the mini digger turns up at the weekend, hopefully. We're going to make this area less steep and more level, and I've really gone to town on the fence. Hopefully Tilla will be able to help me this week. Replace about 20 metres of fence in here. You can't see it very well, but it's been cleared both sides now. Maybe a bit more than 20 metres, I don't know. Anyway, that'll make our job a lot easier. Hopefully my petrol auger post-hole drill will turn up before Attila's ready to help me, because we need that to dig the holes for the posts. Also cut some bits of trees down, lots of scrub, cleared some of this area up. There's a load of sand under there. I need to move that tomorrow, and I've got various fence posts lying around the garden. They need to be moved, ready for when Attila comes. So it's now time for something to eat, feed the dogs, walk the dogs, have a shower, and then go to bed. Well, it's not quite the early start I was hoping for this morning. I had a really bad night last night, couldn't get to sleep to start with, and then it was like the Dormouse Olympics going on in the roof, on the roof, outside in the garden. They were just running all over the place, and so yeah, I didn't sleep too well. Anyway, I'm here. So we'll start with moving these 3 posts and that block, and then we'll I've got that pile of sand to shift as well at some point, and then I've got the rest of these. And then I've got the rest of these posts and that bench and the metal there that I've got to move out of the way before the guy with the digger comes, because he'll need to get on here on this little flat piece. And I've also got to paint the bottom of these posts to protect them when they go in the ground. Hopefully my auger will arrive today. Eric has had a notification at home saying there's a package coming, and that's the only thing I'm expecting, so that'll be good. By the end of the week we can get cracking with these. By the end of the week we can get some of these posts put in, all being well. Well, it turned out another hot one yesterday, but I got a fair bit done until it got too hot. The metal that I've got there got moved, all the fence posts got moved, and the base is painted, or the bottom of the stump's painted, ready for going in the ground. My petrol auger hasn't arrived yet, unfortunately. And I also went round and cleared a load of wild roses and dug the roots up wherever I could. I hate wild roses. They just get everywhere and strangle the other plants and bushes. And Erica joined us yesterday evening, and today she's been on plant duty. I moved 2 large piles of sand that I'm saving for when we do extended terrace, and Erica's been on making flower beds, creating flower beds, turning compost and more soil through, because this was just all sand. The guy who had the house before, the whole area here was just sand, and it isn't natural around here, so he's obviously had it delivered years ago, presumably for making concrete, and yeah, it just got left here and grown over. So they'll look nice. My pile of concrete bits there, that'll be the hardcore for the base of the terrace extension. And broken that up some more. This is where I got rid of some of the sand from. Just move some bits about here. Ready for putting. I need to get some fence posts in as soon as possible, and then I can support the bottom of the fence down there from this side, so when the guy with the mini digger comes and starts dumping stuff on top of it, it's not just going to push through the fence. So if it doesn't arrive today, I'll be digging in some fence posts tomorrow by hand, unfortunately. Hi again, it's Friday afternoon and we've had a really busy couple of days. We've been backwards and forwards between here in Almár and home in Bobcat, picking things up, dropping things off, waiting for my petrol auger, the post-hole drill, to arrive. That only turned up this morning, so I haven't had a look at it yet. I haven't unboxed it. I needed it before the weekend in order to replace 4 fence posts. I did 3 of them by hand yesterday, which was really hard work. The 4th one I've just looked at now, and I'm not going to touch it because it's absolutely solid in the ground. So if I don't need to replace it, I'm not going to give myself that amount of work. So for today I'll just be actually pinning the old fencing back up, putting the new wild animal fencing over the top of it, and then we'll see where we go from there. This post here and its support there are the ones I don't need to replace. It just won't move at all. I replaced 3 more up here, up to the corner yesterday, so I'll just put the fencing back up now. I'll probably put some posts in the ground here in order to support whatever material the mini digger's going to throw on top, so it doesn't all just slide down the banking and through the fence at the bottom. That's what I don't want. So sorry about the wind noise. That's another day done and dusted. Saturday. The mini digger guy phoned this morning and said he definitely won't be coming today, and he might not be coming tomorrow. We've waited 2 weeks for him, so I'm more than a bit pissed off. And if he doesn't turn up tomorrow, we're going to phone somebody else on Monday. Anyway, it's been one of the hardest days so far for me. That concrete water tub thing is broken up and gone now. Finished off the fencing. It looks old and rusty because it is, but I've kept the old fencing, which has been there for years, and put some like wild animal fencing over the top of it. It was really difficult to get down the bottom there because of how steep it is. And further along, I've actually managed to get further along than I'd hoped to do. I thought I would, but it was really, really difficult. Anyway, if the guy turns up tomorrow with a mini digger, I'm all ready now, I'm all prepped. I've tried to support the base here, got some posts put in here and there just to support any debris, because I don't want it flattening the fence. All the broken concrete at the bottom will help as a base, and there's a couple of old fence posts in there as well. By the time they rot out, it won't be my problem anymore. but hopefully it'll just help stabilise things while the ground settles. Yeah, I'm kind of done up to here. So yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully he'll turn up tomorrow with his mini digger and we can get this area levelled.